All right, so we just finished Spokane Regionals, and I've got, who do we got here today?
Jordan Widow Anchor.
And what did you play today?
I played Tearlament Danger.
And what place did you get?
I got 7th place, final record, X11, 3-7 rounds.
And would you say you were playing some spice today?
Honestly, not really. I mean, the deck is more or less pretty standardized at this point. It's end of the format. I'm just happy to get a top and get the mat. It's pretty nice.
All right, sick. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, I figured I'd just show it just because it's a fun deck. 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of this, and 3 of this. Debated cutting this down, but honestly, this card's so good. You just want to open it. Yeah, if you're not playing 3 of each, you could maybe play 2. Otherwise, the other 3 are mandatory. And then the danger stuff, 1/1, 3 Nessie. This is the best one. This is the best part of the package. I wanted to go full bore, just all the dangers. That way, you can get through more of your cards, get through more of your deck, make Curious easier, make Dweller easier with this as well.
Is 1 Bigfoot normally the move?
I like it a lot because you can pitch your Nessie off like Super Poly, or there's other ways to deplete your hand to where Nessie will guarantee your Bigfoot, and then you just Bigfoot to pop a card. So you can kind of turn this into a pop anything, and then Bigfoot is just 3K. There's game states where this is just broken, just getting this out in the field in the middle. Yeah, I would definitely play at least 1 Bigfoot, and if you don't choose to main it, I mean, I understand, but even siding it is kind of nice. It's really good going second, especially into Sprite boards. I played double Gizmac. This card is really high tempo, really early, which is kind of the theme of the deck, where you just want to overpower other decks. In the mirror, I actually would side one of these out, if not both, kind of depending on if I felt like their deck was trying to make the full board with the Eradicator, or if they're just kind of trying to do the Elf Curious play. If they're doing the Elf Curious, I would take these out because I want to grind with them, and this kind of kills your grind game. But they are really strong. Also, shout out Cheshire for stealing this with a dark and then popping my field. That was crazy. Yeah, and then the last utility cards, RIP Snow. I had to play this deck because I wanted to get one last weekend with with the best card in the game. I mean, if you weren't playing a Snow deck this format, you're probably playing the wrong deck. This card is just so freaking busted. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it because that shit's never coming back. Let's be honest. And then the last to round out the last of the monsters, I played 1-1. Oh. Thank you.
Thanks.
Just wrap it up. Anyways, yeah. So 1 Zephyros, 1 Destrudo. This is really good into bouncing on field spell and then being able to reset it and then get another search to the next turn. Did that a couple times, and then also obviously resetting the dangers, especially if you go Jackalope summon Bigfoot, and then you can Zephyros the Bigfoot back, and then the Bigfoot, it just becomes an automatic pop. And then yeah, Destrudo I would side out. Obviously it's really terrible in the time, but it's nice to get an extra name. I don't play any synchros, it's just there for the extra dark that's a dragon, so it makes Curious easier. And then the 1 Jet, basically, your dark becomes a lot better because now you can dark into blue, and then blue effects summon Jet, and then Jet start the Smashers. I play the 1 Smashers. 3 Nib. Yes, this conflicts with the dangers, but also this card's just so impactful. If you're not playing it, you're just gonna lose to the hard combo decks, and not hard combo decks the mirror and stuff. They're not really putting up negates. They're just putting up a bunch of disruption. Where Nib is really strong. The spells, 2 Desires. I'm just trying to give myself some more gas. Again, in the mirror, if they're trying to play the grind game and a slower Dynamiscus and hand traps, I'll take this out because I want to grind with them too, and I feel I definitely can. 3 Planet. If you have a Europrint, hit me up. I'm missing the 1, and it looks stupid, but otherwise, yeah, the Europrint is crazy. 3 Super Poly. This card is just absolutely freaking ridiculous, and it's still a 3, so expect this to just be in every deck for here on out, especially with that bird card that's TCG exclusive. This card just becomes the killer of any mono type deck. It's just so freaking busted. Foolish Burial, obviously. I know I saw a lot of people cutting this, but this card's so good. There's times where you just are needing to get the last name, like the last fusion effect off. And it also lets you dump your Gizmek, so if you get Dwellered, you can dump your Gizmek, and then like when they try to Dweller again, you can chain it, so like you try to protect yourself that way. And then yeah, sending Zephyros, sending Snow, all the other stuff is good. Instant Fusion, I mean, yeah, you're playing this if you're playing this deck. Terraforming, same thing, obviously get the field spell. And then no one Smashers. I kept drawing this, and then like I don't know, this card like really I just never resolved it. It's kind of funny, but in theory it's supposed to be really good. And I've seen other people be successful with it, so I know it's worthwhile. One Eradicator, that's for the combo. If you have not seen the combo, you have not been playing, because like that shit's everywhere. And then the 3 Celiac, this card's really good to draw. It's really good to mill. It's just like a really broken card. I love this card. Like in the grind game, I try to set this up with the Kaleidoheart, and that's like my favorite way to play the deck. Into the extra deck, 2 kit. I feel like 2 is mandatory. That way you can just keep shuffling them back. The 1 Kaleidoheart, this is my favorite card in the deck. I freaking love it. It's just so much. Once you get this in rotation, they can't super poly it because it just can't be used as fusion material. And it's just really broken. One of this, one of this, one of this. Pretty much standard at this point. They all have effects that are just worthwhile. The 1 Dweller, this is really for the mirror. And then like obviously like rogue decks and stuff like that just lose to it, you go for it. Otherwise, I don't play any other Exceeds other than the Gigantic. This lets you kind of do a little bit of like a mini sprite combo in the middle of game states where like you just get a bunch of free advantage for no reason. And for the same reason, you play double elf, basically, so you can just get a bunch of free advantage. And then the dark kind of plays into that as well. Plus, dark is just so good at just like forcing graveyard interaction. Everyone's on dark anyways, so you might as well. Curious. I don't know how this card didn't get hit, but I mean, I guess we're just gonna keep playing. This card's busted. And then, you know, Curious Best Friend, I mean, these are little butt buddies, but like, I mean, this card is, like, in theory, it's not that good, but when you just pair it with this, and the fact that, like, you only need one more material to get this out, like, after you make it Curious, it's broken, like, you're basically just searching your entire deck for any spell or trap. Like, I mean, it's just busted.
Seems alright.
I mean, yeah, it seems pretty good. And then the last 2, Zero Boros, I don't think I ended a single game with this today, like, for some reason, it just didn't come up. Or when I did make it, like, they just always had the out, like, the imperm or whatever. And then Appaloosa is there for, like, certain game states where, like, or, like, decks that you know play a bunch of hand traps. I don't think this hit my board once, but, like, in theory, it's nice, and it has a lot of application. In testing, it kept coming up, and then, like, today just didn't.
I mean, we saw top 8. A lot of people were on the hand trap Tearlament.
Yeah, and it's also really good into Sprite, because, like, when they go to, like, special and do all their effects, you just, like, not going to get you, like, 4 times. Depending. The extra deck has a lot, in my opinion, it has a lot of flex spots. So going forward, like there's room for improvement there, I think. And then side deck, Gamma Package. This was really just to counter the Dweller, along like with others, like, you know. I actually got FTK'd in one of my matches today. This kid played 6 Sam FTK and he won the die roll. And I just opened no hand trap. So like post game 1, you need hand traps for like the variants. And like Gamma, I think, is just the best one. That being said, like, I don't think it's as impactful as it has been in past formats, but time will tell if this is like really the best way to go. But obviously, like, Nib Gamma and stuff like that are just broken, so yeah, it definitely deserves a spot in the side deck for now. This is a little bit experimental, but I played the Winter Cherries. Really good into the Sprite matchup because you can take away their Elf. And you can take away their Gigantic. If you like see multiple, you can just keep ripping away their key pieces. In the mirror, you can take away their Kit Kalos, which is like the main way to like get the real engine going and like get the graveyard full. And then obviously it hits the Dweller in the mirror as well. But and it does a lot. There's a lot of targets. It's a pretty good card. I think it kind of underperformed though from just this regional. Yeah, and again, once the format shifts, this may not be the best choice, but for today, it was pretty fun.
So your favorite card here?
Yeah, so this is what won me this mat. This card's absolutely busted. It is essentially a maxi only in game 3, like when time is relevant. It becomes a maxi because it puts them on the same logic of like, do I continue making my board and let my opponent get so much advantage? Because life point is advantage in the game 3s. Especially in these like mirror matches where like you're never getting you're hardly even ever getting to a game 3. Like most of the time, you're like your game 1 takes like 20 minutes, and then post side like you have less than 15 minutes. Like your game 3 is gonna be so like you're never gonna finish that game 3. So this card just becomes really broken. And then like if they choose not to make the full board, okay, cool. Now I can like kill you as well, just with like my regular stuff. Also, shout out Tristan Bridges. I saw him add this back with Toad and do it again. That shit was disgusting.
Is it aqua?
It's water.
Oh, Jesus.
It's super stupid. Cowboy, shout out Trev Gaming for his 1-year ban. He paid the sins for everyone else so he could, kill people in time. Sorry, I just want to gain 1,000 attack points, in attack mode. Yeah, that's why we played that. And then Red Reboot. I didn't get to Red Reboot anyone today, and RIP this card. Honestly, this shit's kind of unfair, so like I totally get it. But at the same time, like having like a real answer to back row is kind of nice. I did play against like Super Helmet, like Necro Valley, like Solemn Judgment deck, but like I just didn't see it, so RIP that. And then the last 3 is the Cyclones. The deck kind of struggles dealing with floodgates, especially like Rivalry and like not so much Gozen, but Rivalry specifically, because like one of the main ways you have with like dealing with stuff is the field spell and then the Kaleido Heart. But like if they lock you out of that, then like you just need the like non-engine answers. There's the alternative of playing like Dino-Miscus, which is good, but this is just super generic. It's good into every matchup, and honestly you can't go wrong. So I would stick with these for now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Main deck's 46, and then obviously 15-15. And yeah, 1 minus Matt, which is cool.
Yeah, any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out Anthony, shout out David, shout out Griffin, Scott, Azana, Logan, Destin, I know I'm forgetting people, Caleb.
There's one really important one. It's on your finger.
Tell me. Oh yeah, obviously the wife, Bronte, couldn't have done this without her, duh. Obviously. I mean, not, like, it's so without being said that it was without being said, but yeah, could not have done this without the wife. If you're seeing